Hey guys, I'm coming to you from my hotel room in central New Mexico. I'm speaking at a school in the small town of Capitan, New Mexico tomorrow. Spent most of the afternoon making a video about Billy the Kid in Lincoln, New Mexico, which is where some of the most notorious moments of Billy the Kid's life took place. So I'm excited to bring that video to you down the road. But the main reason for this video is I wanted to update you on some exciting things that are happening. And I've alluded to some of this stuff already if you heard me talk about them on videos, or if you've seen some posts I've made on Instagram, you already kind of know what's coming. But a couple of exciting things I wanted to share with you. Number one, I have my next trip to Europe planned. Actually, kind of the next two trips to Europe planned. Next trip to Europe is going to be at the end of April, just about 6 weeks away. I am heading to the Netherlands. I'm going to be doing my first on-site World War II content. We're going to be walking in the steps of Easy Company during Operation Market Garden. Not just Easy Company, not just the 101st Airborne. We're going to be visiting some sites associated with other units associated with that campaign. But it was an opportunity that came up that I couldn't pass up. We Happy Few 506, which is an organization associated with some of the actors who were in Band of Brothers, is doing a event on April 29th and 30th that I'm going to be a part of. And the 29th, just kind of like a Q&A, meet and greet, hang out with some of the actors. There's 5 actors that are going to be a part of it. And if you're familiar with Band of Brothers, these are the actors that played Talbert, Liebgott, Penkala, Les Hashi, and Dukeman, who was killed in one of the battles that we're going to visit. So those 5 are going to be with us for that, and then on the 30th of April, we're going to spend the whole day together visiting the battlefields of Market Garden, following in the steps of Easy Company. We're going to go to places like the Crossroads, which is where Dukeman was killed, where Dick Winters fired his gun in combat for the last time before he was promoted to Battalion XO. We're going to see some of the places associated with not only Easy Company, but some of the other units as well. And so I'm going to spend a week in the Netherlands, but those 2 days are going to be spent with those actors from Band of Brothers, and hopefully bring you a lot of content on the channel with my interaction with those guys. I'm excited about it. And at the end of the tour, we're going to be, I guess, going out for a drink and stuff. I do not believe the tour is completely sold out. So if you happen to be in the Netherlands, or if you happen to have any desire to hang out with me for the day, or hang out with these guys from Band of Brothers, if you go to We Happy Few 506, the number's 506, the website, they might still have some of those tickets for sale. I think they're 150 euros for the tour, but I know that we're getting pretty close to sold out. So anyway, that's one thing. And so lots of content going to be shot for the channel in my week there. I will, when I get closer, give you more details as far as exactly where I'm going to be going. I know we have a ton of fans in the Netherlands, and so if I can work something out for us to maybe spend a little bit of time together and meet, I'm going to try to make that happen while I'm there. But I'll let you know those details when we get a little closer. I am far from ready for that trip. I'm just consuming everything I can about Market Garden right now. And I've got my tour book with all of the places, just like I did for the Western Front for World War I. I'm working on figuring out exactly what I'm going to do with my time. I'm also going to go to the Anne Frank house while I'm there, and maybe do some other stuff that's not necessarily associated with Market Garden or World War II. So if you have suggestions, ideas, places you really think I absolutely have to go while I'm in the Netherlands, let me know in the comment section below. So you guys gave me some great tips before my trip to France that really came in handy, and I was very grateful for those. So that's one thing, and more details will follow. Last week, April, early part of May, I'm going to be there. The other thing, and I mentioned a little bit about this already, I am writing a book. I've written books before, mostly family histories of different families here in the United States and also in England and things like that. My first attempt at something outside of the realm of family history that I'm going to write. And I know this might not necessarily be a wide, appealing type of book that's going to, sell thousands of copies or anything like that. It's more a labor of love for me. It's estimated that since the American Civil War, on average, a book has been written about the Civil War every day for the last 160 years. That's how many books have been written about the American Civil War. So there's nothing, the American Civil War, as most of you guys know, is my area of greatest expertise. So it's natural, that's where I would focus my efforts. But I'm not going to write a book that's been done many times before. So I want to do something different. And I've got a couple of things in mind. But the first one, I've alluded to the idea of writing a book about the Ohio soldiers who were in the 54th and 55th Massachusetts, because there were hundreds of them. And I will probably still do that at some point. But I am writing a history of the 20th Ohio Volunteer Infantry. I've talked about that unit before. I followed in their footsteps a little bit when I was down in Vicksburg. They were with Grant in his army from Fort Donelson all the way through till when Sherman took over and they did the March to the Sea, and all the way up to the surrender of Joe Johnston's army in North Carolina in May, or in late April of 1865. So there's a lot there. There are incredible resources, and I've begun the process of gathering those resources. I've been pouring through dozens of pension files of soldiers who were in the 20th Ohio. I've got Osborne Oldroyd's diary, in which he daily wrote what was happening during the Vicksburg campaign. It's an incredible resource. It gives insight that just you can't find anywhere else about the 20th Ohio. I've been looking through official reports. I've been looking through the papers of Manning Force, who was the first colonel of the regiment. There are over 1,600 men who served in the 20th Ohio, including my ancestor, Sam Hughes, who was a corporal in Company H, and his son, William, who was a musician in Company H. So there's a lot there, and I'm planning on writing a short biography on all of the 1,600 men who served in that unit. I'm planning on writing almost like a daily journal of what they were doing. So it's going to give big picture stuff, but really is going to be kind of a Band of Brothers-y type thing, following one unit throughout the entire Civil War and trying to tell their story. Obviously, I don't have the benefit that Stephen Ambrose did of being able to sit down with those men themselves. So I have to rely on a lot of papers that are 100, 150 years old, but there are great resources. Like I said, like those pension files, the diary, the papers of some of the men who led the unit, the official records. There's a lot there to tell a great story. So I'm beginning that process. I'm hoping to have it done in about a year or so, because there's so much research to be done. And probably some travel to be involved in that as well. So when I have more information about that, I will let you guys know for sure. In the meantime, I'm in New Mexico till Thursday. I'll then be home Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before I have a quick 24-hour trip to New York City on Monday. I'm speaking at a school there on Tuesday, and I'll be flying right back home Tuesday night. So hopefully we'll start getting regular content back up to you on the channel real soon. Finishing up editing tonight on the next video from France. It's on Vauquois Hill, which is just an incredibly unique, very interesting battlefield. So that should be up for you guys tomorrow. As always, thank you, and we'll see you again soon.